Okay, so in this section of the course, we're going to be talking about AdWords campaign experiments. Now, this is one of my favorite, what I call advanced techniques. It's actually a tool or an application within AdWords that not a lot of advertisers use. I've reviewed many accounts, and I often don't see advertisers making use of this, and I think it's a real shame because it's a fantastic tool and it has a lot of power to it. So there's 4 sections to this part. So just a background to AdWords campaign experiments and some of the settings and possibilities with it. I'm going to show you some examples of how I've used it and the type of things you can test with it. We're going to do an example of actually how to set it up, like how to create your draft campaign and then apply it to an experiment. And then lastly, we'll look at the results and we'll discuss how to interpret these results and how to make actionable changes based on the results. Okay, so AdWords campaign experiments. So what are they? Basically, they're a way of taking an existing running campaign, making changes to it, and then either looking at the results of those changes to the campaign versus the original campaign. So basically A/B testing your experimental version versus your original version. And then based on that, deciding whether the changes you have made have been effective or in achieving your goal or not. And then applying the experiment to your account or rolling back the experiment. So it's a really rigorous way of actually making changes and then, deciding whether those changes have been effective and whether they should be kept or not. Now, what's great about this is many things. Firstly, I believe every AdWords account should constantly be tested. There's no account where you can say, oh, it's running perfectly. We don't really need to be doing much. So every campaign can constantly be tested and be improved. And even if you're constantly testing and you're proving yourself right that the campaign is running really well, that is good. That kind of thing keeps your clients happy, and it keeps stakeholders happy that you're testing and you're trying out new things. Basically, you can take a campaign and you can create a set of assumptions that you want to test, and you can test them out before actually applying it and making changes to your campaign. So you can test them out and see what's going to happen before actually applying it. What's good is that you've got a rigorous framework here for testing. Not only are you testing your changes, but you're also testing with statistical significance. So you're not seeing if the changes you're making are actually going to make a small change to the account, but you can see if they're statistically significant. So if it is going to make a big difference. And probably the best part about this is the ability to minimize risk. So if for some reason it goes bad or it doesn't work well, you haven't got all these issues where you've got to find all the changes that you've made and go and reverse them, which is time consuming. Here, you can simply just not apply it and stop the campaign running. The other thing is you can decide on your traffic split. So you can decide whether you're going to split 50% of the traffic between your experiment and your original, or maybe you just want to split 20% of the traffic. You just want to try out this campaign on a low level and see how it goes. A few housekeeping things here. So it's not available in the new AdWords interface, which is that at the time of recording that is the situation, but they probably will be rolling it out to the new interface. And there's also some bid strategies that you can't use with experiments at the moment. So things like these automated bid strategies like target search page location and target outranking share and target ROAS. Now, I wish you could, because that would actually let you test these automated strategies against your manual bidding, which would be actually a great test. But at the moment, that's not available.